Good morning, everyone. It's Crypto Analysis coming at you with an update video on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is at a critical decision zone right now, as we said last night on last night's live stream and yesterday's video. And the next move could define the structure for BTC. We really haven't been doing much. We've just been creating some sort of what I think a bear flag. So a couple things to note in this video. On the daily time frame, Bitcoin has pulled back from its highs, which was almost 95,000. We almost actually hit this area of resistance, but we didn't really tag it, which did also coincide with the 50-day simple moving average. So obviously got stuck at that level, came back down, and technically we are creating higher lows and higher highs. So that's where I think that we are getting some sort of bear flag unless we break 95,000 and 106. But right now, Bitcoin is trading at 87,000, which is inside of a major demand zone that has previously acted as a strong support. It's been a strong support since we got the stiff back in November. You've just been consolidating in this area. This is not a random level. This zone has already produced strong reactions in the past. We broke down, had a really nice pump back up to 93, 94, and then almost 95,000. Notice how the price is currently below the short-term moving averages, and the moving average ribbon is rolling over, which does tell me that momentum is still weak in the short time frame. However, we are also not seeing continuation selling. Instead, price is starting to compress and base inside of this range. This typically happens and is typically where the market prepares for its next directional move. If you're asking me, I think it's a move down, but that's because I'm bearish. I could always be wrong. So if you're a bull, then the next targets on the upside are obviously breaking 91 and then 95 to establish this next higher high. And then to the moon once we break 106. So here are the key levels that matter right now. We have support at 83.6, which has been our support since November, to 88,000. This is the trend line in the sand. Local resistance is 91.3 to 95.2, which we struggled to break this area and maintain price action over it for every single time we've attempted to break the upside. And the major upside pivot is the 106,000. So once we break 106, then obviously we're bullish. We're still maintaining structure on the macro time frame for BTC. And then our targets at 139 to 148 is in play. If Bitcoin does lose this demand zone, the next major support doesn't come around until 70,000. So just please keep that in mind. But if buyers step in and reclaim 91.3, the probability shift towards a move back up to the mid 90s and potential higher. We just have to take it a target at a time. Now, let me close out of that. That's a nice car. Now, the RSI, let's talk about the RSI. The RSI on the daily is currently in the low 40s, recovering from its oversold conditions. This does still suggest selling pressure is slowing, but momentum has not flipped bullish yet. That means that this is a wait for confirmation environment and not a FOMO zone. So please keep that in mind and do your own due diligence. Now, the bullish case scenario is that if we do hold this demand zone, and once we turn bullish again and it reclaims 91.3, we can see a continuation to 95 and then eventually 106. A bearish case scenario is a clean breakdown below 83.6, which opens the door for a deeper retracement towards the $70,000 region. So right now, Bitcoin is not in no man's land. Okay. It's a decision point. So very, very, very important. This is where patience matters most. The market will show its hand soon. And yeah, that's one last thing to note on the as far as the Gaussian channel goes. I don't think we're not red yet, but once we do start breaking down, or we got to break back over to this middle average and then we break down, I don't really know. But once we do break this level and it goes into the red, then that's when the bear market is officially confirmed, and that's where I'm going to start dollar cost averaging down heavily into BTC and continue my BTC maxi journey. So right now I do own 0.002 BTC. Obviously, as we start printing red and we know it's bearish in the macro time frame, that's when I'm going to be taking advantage of the dips. Also keep in mind, we will be constantly looking at the RSI on the weekly. So in the future, when you do see the RSI extremely oversold on the weekly, that's when I'm going to go all in, because historically speaking, every single time we hit oversold on the weekly RSI for BTC, it does mark a bottom. And then we never come back to those price actions. So obviously, it's just a no-brainer in my opinion that that's where we're going to bottom, wherever the price ends up being. With that being said, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and help support the channel. Just keep in mind, actually not keep in mind. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, just please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next few update videos. If you can comment below, where do you think Bitcoin is headed? Do you think that we're headed towards 70,000, or do you think that we are going to break 91.3 and then 95 for the next higher high for BTC? Thank you so much. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support.